Hi there, it's Mr. Biggers. Today we're going to be talking about day 2 of elimination. So we have 4 different types of problems that we're going to be talking about today. Please make sure you pause the video at any point if you need to get anything copied down. And just make sure you're following along so that way you can use this to help you on the rest of your assignment today. So for example 1, 2 systems of equations are given below. We have system A and system B. To start this example, we're just going to look at system A. Now remember, to solve with elimination, you want to line up your variables and get them to cancel out. So in this particular problem, it looks like they're already lined up. Since they are the same, you remember this from the day 1 notes from Friday, if it's the same, you subtract, okay? So we're going to turn this into a big old subtraction problem here. So I'm going to have 2x minus 2x, that's going to be 0. I have positive 3 minus positive 3, which is going to be also 0. So 0 plus 0 is equal to 6 minus 5 is 1. So since 0 does not equal 1, we don't have a solution here. So this is going to be no solution. Okay. If that was 1 equals 1, it would be all solutions or infinitely many, but that would be a no solution type of problem. Those are actually really easy. So it has no solution, so A would be the answer for that one because these are our answer options. Okay, so system B, we're going to do the same thing. So we want to see if we can line up some variables. Looks like these y's are exactly the same, so we're going to set it up like a subtraction problem. So I've got y minus y. That is going to get me 0. And then I've got 6x minus 4x. That's going to get me 2x. From here, we have a problem. We can do 0 equals 2x. We're not done because you can still solve for x. So divide both sides by 2. 0 divided by 2 is just going to be 0. So x is equal to 0. Now remember, for elimination, once you solve for one variable, that's the easy part. The next part is to just plug it into any problem of your choice. I always plug it back into the top one, so that way we can find the other variable. Remember, you want to have an x and a y for each of these problems. So I'm going to plug it in here. So I have y is equal to 6, and instead of x, we are going to be plugging in a 0. So 0 times anything is 0. So 6 times 0, y is equal to 0. So we do have a solution here, and it's y equals 0, x equals 0. So if we wanted to write that as a coordinate, it would be 0, comma 0. So it would be B. B is the answer option there. Okay, so make sure you solve those with elimination. If you have a number that doesn't equal itself, it's no solution. If you had something like 1 equals 1, it's going to be infinitely many solutions. So just make sure you know how to do those examples. For example 2, we're going to solve this using elimination. So you want to see what lines up the best. So I've got some x's and I have some y's. It looks like my x's are the same. So since they're the same, you're going to subtract. So same, subtract with the elimination. Okay, so x minus x is going to get you 0. And then we've got negative 5y minus 6y is going to be negative 11y. And then we've got 16 minus negative 17. So that's really going to be plus 17. So 16 minus negative 17. I'm checking this in the calculator. It's actually going to be 33. And then from there, you just solve for y. So divide both sides by negative 11. And this is going to give you an answer of y is equal to negative 3, okay? You're not done just yet because you need to plug it back in. It's up to you what you want to plug it into. I'm going to plug it into the top one, okay? So I'm going to rewrite the top equation. X minus 5y is equal to 16. And we are going to substitute in a negative 3 for y. So I'm going to replace it out. So we're going to get x minus 5 times negative 3 is equal to 16. From here, I'm just going to work out the math. So negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. So we have x plus 15 is equal to 16. And then from here, easy peasy solving for x, you subtract 15 on both sides, and you have x is equal to 1, okay? So if you want to write that as a coordinate, remember it's x comma y, so you have 1 comma negative 3. And that would be your solution for example 2, using elimination. Okay, so that's that. So we're going to hop over here to example 3. Similar problem, solve a system. So we're going to see what lines up better here. My x's do not line up. They're not the same, so it's not going to work. My y's are exactly the same. So remember, if it's the same, you're going to subtract. If they're opposites, you're going to add. So if that was a negative 4, you would have to do an addition problem. But in this case, it's the same, so you subtract. So 5x minus 3x is going to be 2x. 4y minus 4y is 0. That's good. Equals, we've got negative 2 minus 10, negative 12. Okay, and then from here, we are going to divide both sides by 2. Remember, we don't have to consider that 0 because it's 0. And then once we solve for that, you're going to get x is equal to negative 6. Pause here, see if you can figure out the rest. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it now. So I'm going to plug this in. It looks like the bottom one might be easier to plug it into. So I'm going to rewrite this equation over here. 3x plus 4y is equal to 10. And I'm going to substitute in the negative 6 and for x. So you have 3 times negative 6 plus 4y is equal to 10. And I'm just going to multiply it out here. 3 times negative 6 is going to be negative 18 plus 4y is equal to 10. Keep going. I'm going to add 18 to both sides to solve for y now. Those are going to cancel out. And then you get 4y is equal to 28. And then last step here, divide by 4 to solve for y. Y is equal to, I believe it's 7. Yes. Y is equal to 7. So as a coordinate, x comma y, negative 6 comma 7. Boom. Okay.